Us Weekly is reporting that Nicki Minaj's lawyer just abruptly dropped her while she is going through a $10 million lawsuit. So if you guys don't know, Nicki Minaj is getting sued by a fan named Tamir for $10 million. So this fan is suing Nicki Minaj for $10 million. Mind you, this fan lost the case in New Jersey, but decided to refile this case in New York, and Nicki Minaj's lawyer decided to just drop her out of nowhere. So this company called the North Star Group said it became aware of this lawsuit for the first time last week, and they are asking them to give Nicki Minaj 45 days to find another lawyer. The lawyer that dropped Nicki Minaj did not come out with a specific reason on why he decided to drop Nicki Minaj. He also said that it would be inappropriate for him to speak on the reason why he decided to drop Nicki Minaj as a client, and he also stated that it had nothing to do with the Tamir case. He feels like the case is frivolous and that basically it's just a money grab.
Exclusive report, Us Weekly is revealing that Nicki Minaj's longtime lawyer dropped her abruptly. So Nicki Minaj is facing a $10 million legal battle with a fan. The fan, whose name is Tamir Peak, is suing Nicki. He claims she made false public statements about him that damaged his reputation and caused him harassment. Tamir is asking for millions in damages because of this. But on November 3rd, a business management company called the North Star Group wrote a letter to the court explaining that Nicki had recently hired them. The letter said that she needed time to retain and onboard a new defense lawyer, following the recent and sudden withdrawal of her litigation counsel. The North Star Group also reveals that they became aware of the lawsuit for the first time last week, based on information provided by Nicki's then litigation counsel, Judd Burstein. They say that the very same day, Mr. Burstein abruptly withdrew entirely from his representation of Nicki Minaj and her company. And this happened without giving any prior notice, according to the letter. They further state that Nicki and her company intend to appear and defend themselves in this matter, but that they need more time to find and retain a new litigation counsel. They are requesting an extra 45 days. Burstein has represented a lot of celebrities in the industry.
Well, moving on to the next topic, Klay Thomson had to defend his woman Megan Thee Stallion because these podcasters decided to say that Klay Thomson isn't playing his best because of Megan Thee Stallion.
We ain't talking about Klay Thomson. Y'all steady trying to get him a pass. I ain't never seen Klay not shoot it like this. And for him to say I'm out of my prime, like, come on, Klay, like, come on.
He said that?
Yeah.
How many? Yeah, he's got a beautiful. Speaking of BBL,
yeah.
I'm from West Virginia, man. I've been taught a lot by some old folks, old white folks. It only takes one to drag a battleship across the desert. That's how powerful it is. So
most wars,
it got something. You know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson. I ain't saying that's what it is, but that might be what it is.
Klay Thomson responded to them in the comment section and said, referring to my girlfriend as a P word is so disgusting and disturbing, especially from someone who played in the NBA. How would y'all feel if I referred to your wives in such a way? And then he adds Pat Bev and says, do better, fellas, are very disappointing. I like the fact that Klay Thomson came up here to defend his woman, okay? But what I don't like is they saying that Klay Thomson isn't playing his best because he's in love. So does that go for all the people that play sports? Does this go for all the NBA players, NFL players, baseball players? Does this go for everybody when they're in love, they play bad? Because that's basically what they're saying.
Can someone tell me why Megan Thee Stallion is being scapegoated for why Klay Thompson is not performing well, and not the fact that he's 35 and suffered 2 of the worst injuries that an athlete can face? Patrick Beverly, of all people, got on his podcast to say that Meg was the reason why Klay is putting up some of his worst shooting numbers of his career and is now coming off the bench for the Mavs, and every other guy on that podcast agreed with him. As if I couldn't like Klay anymore, this is his response. Referring to my girlfriend as a... It's so disgusting and disturbing, especially from someone who played in the NBA. How would y'all feel if I referred to your wives in such a way? At Pat Bev, do better, fellas. Very disappointing. I'm a diehard Warriors fan, and I'm never going to talk down on Klay, and I'm especially not going to blame a woman for a man's performance. But if you've been watching him for the past few years, like, it's really not that surprising. But especially the Mavericks as a whole are struggling from top to bottom. They have issues that they need to work on that are more pressing than Klay's shooting numbers. And I'm sure this is why Klay and Meg have probably been together for a very long time and chose now to announce that they were together, because stuff like this happens. As soon as he's not performing well, people are going to blame the happy and healthy relationship that he's in above anything else. And on top of that, if Jason Kidd says that he needs to come off the bench and Klay himself said that he's okay with
Getting the girls together.
We ain't talking about Klay Thompson. Y'all steady trying to get him a pass. I ain't never seen Klay not shoot it like this. And for him to say I'm out of my prime,
It only takes one pussy to drag a battleship across the desert. That's how powerful it is. Klay Thompson. I ain't saying that's what it is, but that might be what it is.
We had to get a couple of men together after they made disrespectful comments toward Megan Thee Stallion. Seeing the snippet from the Hoopin' and Hollering podcast, Klay hopped in their comments and said, referring to my GF as a PUSSY is so disgusting and disturbing, especially from somebody who played in the NBA. How would you feel if I referred to your wives in such a way? Went on to at Patrick Beverly and told them to do better, fellas, and I think that this was a very classy response. The podcast, they were pretty much referring to how Klay Thompson's performance has been off ever since he started dating Megan Thee Stallion. The podcast snippet, they claimed that Klay Thompson blamed this on him not being in his prime, and then they went on to comment on Megan Thee Stallion and how she could possibly be a distraction because she got the cat. I'm not gonna lie, I seen this making headlines before Klay Thompson clapped back in their comments. People have definitely been.
Please make podcast equipment $1 million, because every time these men start talking, they are always on some bullshit. In a clip from the Hoopin' and Hollerin' Sports podcast, they're talking about Klay Thompson's recent playing performance and how he hasn't been doing so hot. And then former NBA player Jason Williams suggests that it might be Megan Thee Stallion's fault.
I ain't never seen Klay not shoot it like this. And for him to say I'm out of my prime, like, come on, Klay, like, come on.
He said that?
Yeah.
How many? It only takes one to drag a battleship across the desert. That's how powerful it is.
The hell?
So,
Most
yeah,
lords
it got something, you know what I'm saying?
No, it
Klay
don't.
Thompson, I ain't saying that's what it is, but
It's not.
that might be what it is.
I had to censor the word, but Jason said it just takes one pee, one coochie to drag a battleship across a desert. Klay Thompson was not tolerating the misogynistic lingo against his lady, as he shouldn't. He commented on social media, referring to my girlfriend as a pee is so disgusting and disturbing, especially from someone who played in the NBA. How would y'all feel if I referred to your wives in such a way? Do better, fellas. Very disappointing. Why are a man's problems always a woman's fault? Mind you, I didn't hear anybody blaming Taylor Swift and saying she was the reason why the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl last year, but you want to blame Megan. Got it. Even though her man already took accountability for his poor playing performance. I mean, the dude is in his mid-30s. He's not exactly a spring chicken, and he knows that. Hating on a relationship you're not even in is wild. Do y'all agree with what Jason Williams said?
It says, referring to my girlfriend as a P is so disgusting and disturbing, especially from someone who played in the NBA. How would you feel if I referred to your wives in such a manner, Pat Bev? And he's saying this in response to, them calling Megan Thee Stallion like the source of why he's not performing well in the NBA on his podcast. And they said that P has made, make men take their entire armies across deserts. So if that could happen, of course, it could make Klay Thompson's performance like lack. And people are saying also, oh, maybe we should give Klay Thompson an easy time. He is older. He's not like this young guy. But I'm not sure exactly what young and making three-pointers have to do with each other. I don't know if you just seen that video with Lethal Shooter and Reggie Miller. Man, he had like 10 threes in a row. So I feel like there is some truth that he is distracted. And, maybe he's getting distracted with happiness, or just distracted with his own personal life. Like Kyrie, super talented NBA player, got distracted just doing whatever he felt like he wanted to do. Didn't play on a lot of games because of certain things that happened in the past. And he's still a millionaire, right? Should he care what random fans think? Maybe Klay's in that phase of his life right now where he just doesn't care what random fans think. He's made enough money and he just wants to have a good old time with the Stallion. But, to make it seem like he's special or like he's like, oh, disturbing and disgusting. Like, who wrote this statement for him? It's like somebody from like a PR team that like likes women more or something. Like, it doesn't seem like the man that we all thought was winning his championships wrote this statement. And now we got to question everything he said. Like when he told, the reporters, I can still smell the champagne in the locker room. It doesn't sound as tough. Like now that he said this thing about Megan, it's like, I can still